Back here on Giants.com with our senior editor and writer of Giants.com, Michael Eisen. I am John Schmuck as we break down where the Giants are in terms of their positions heading into the 2015 NFL Draft. And Michael, at wide receiver, obviously all the news last year was about Odell Beckham Jr., but this offseason, all eyes are on Victor Cruz trying to come back from that knee injury.
Victor's been working hard. Tom Coughlin said at the NFL meetings he hopes Victor will be back for the first game. No one really knows, but he is making steady progress. And if he can come back to the player he was last year, the team with Odell Beckham and Ruben Randle, that's quite a threesome of receivers the Giants would have.
And they add Dwayne Harris this offseason, a player that's going to contribute a lot on special teams, but also compete for playing time at wide receiver with younger guys like Preston Parker, like Corey Washington, like Marcus Harris. So those guys are all going to be in the mix here for some playing time.
Yeah, there's a lot of contenders, but, again, I think the important guys are the big three, Cruz, Beckham, Randle. Ruben Randle's kind of overlooked. He had two big games. He ended the season with two 100-yard games. And then, as there is in every training camp, there'll be a lot of receivers. Last year, Corey Washington stood out. It'll be fun to see who steps forward this year.
And, of course, the Giants have that number one wide receiver in Odell Beckham Jr. Things looked easy for him in year number one. Obviously, they weren't. Nothing is ever easy in the NFL. But all teams are going to have a big red circle around him and all those defensive scouting reports. He's going to be their focus in 2015.
Well, that's the way it was at the end of last year. As soon as he had a couple of big games, they had a big circle around him last year, and they couldn't stop him. And that was without Cruz on the field. If Cruz is on the field, he has to command attention as well. So it would be, I think, very, very good for the Giants to get all three of those guys and let the defense try to choose who you're going to cover.
It's a very tough job for defenses. And Michael, in the past, Jerry Reese has not been shy about taking wide receivers in the draft. You go back to Steve Smith. You go back to Ruben Randle. You go back to Odell Beckham Jr. If there's a big-time playmaker out there, Jerry Reese is going to go out there and grab him.
Well, it's all about getting playmakers, as Jerry said. There was a choice last year, and they grabbed Odell because he is a playmaker. It's getting weapons for Eli Manning. It would certainly not shock me if the Giants took a wide receiver again high in the draft.
And we'll see if that happens in the beginning of May, end of April, when the Giants pick number 9 overall. For Michael Eisen, I'm John Schmelk. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Giants.com.